there's no, there isn't a magic bullet. There isn't a magic formula. It's simply encouraging the child to read and making sure that what the child will read is available. So,
Okay.
oh, oh, right, okay. It's really about encouraging the child to read and making sure. So, in other words, do you have books at home? Is there a library where you can go and find books? Is there, so that's, it's really about that. And then follow the child's reading. At 14, well, maybe that's when they sort of like to read. When I was 14, I like to read adventure things. And as a parent, it's very useful to say to the child, when you're finished reading it, come and tell me about it. What did you like about it? What did you not like? What made you laugh? What annoyed you? Right? And then the next book would be the same thing. And that's really what reading is about. It's making it something that the child enjoys and something that you as a parent participate in.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, okay, that has derailed my previous question because maybe I'll come back to that later. Now, let me quickly ask you, what is your position on ANA, Association of Nigerian Authors?
I don't have a position on Anna.
You don't think ANA is doing well enough for the...
I just said I don't have a position, and you're trying to put words in my mouth. I don't know enough about Anna. I don't have a position.
Is it that they're not reaching out to new writers or they're not creating the right...
I really don't know. I don't know very much about Anna. I really don't.
Would you have wanted to know more about what Anna is doing?
I'm just not I mean...
Okay, now, if we imagine that this is just a story, I'm just trying to take from your book. I'm going to read it, so maybe that will put you in the right frame. When Kambili's loving and outspoken auntie Foma persuades her brother that the children should visit her in Nsukka, Kambili and Jaja take their first trip away from home. Once inside their auntie Foma's flat, they discovered a whole new world. Books cram the shelves, curry and nutmeg permit the air, and their cousin's laughter rings throughout the house. Jaja learns to garden and work with his hands, and Kambili, which I believe is you, secretly falls in love with a young charismatic priest. Was that just being daring or simply insulting? What?
First of all, Kambili is not me. Anybody who knows me well, anybody who knows me well knows that I'm anything but like Kambili. Kambili is quiet and voiceless and shy. I'm none of those things, which is actually why I found it interesting writing about her, because I found myself just removed and watching her, and sometimes being frustrated by her. It's true. I find it, no, I wasn't being daring. I was telling a human story. And I think if we're honest, we know that it's something that happens in our world. I also wanted to make a case that priests are not gods, they're men. I think that what we do often in Nigeria is that we venerate people who are really human beings. And that veneration is dangerous because it makes us blind and it makes us unwilling, really unwilling to say that something is wrong when that thing is wrong, because we say, oh, he's a man of God, don't say anything, he's a man of God. And I just think, no, for me, a just society is a society in which, whether or not we're religious, we speak the truth. And I grew up Catholic, and just observing, it was very much the norm that people knew priests had relationships with women, but they pretended not to know. And of course, it then makes you question this whole idea of celibacy, because we know there are priests who are living it, but there are many who are not. But there's that large sense of just pretense. Let's all pretend. Let's look away, even though we know, but we don't know. I don't like that. I've never been comfortable with that. And I think a lot of my work is about saying, here's what our society looks like. Let's actually engage with it as it is. I know a lot of people were upset about Purple Hibiscus and the priest being a man and having feelings for this girl. And I just thought, but priests
do have.
Yes.
Okay, now that actually puts into a bigger context the traumas of parents who probably have, such incidences, even probably abuses, and they don't have any recourse. Do we have that in this environment? I know it's pervasive outside of here in America, where you went to live. We had incidences of priests who had abused children and all that, and the parents actually traumatized and yet couldn't come out and find some kind of recourse. So do you think we have it in our environment?
Of course we have it. It's worse in our society because we don't talk about things of that sort. Even rape. Abuse, of course we have it. I, for example, have spoken to a priest who told me that he was in fact abused by an older priest when he was in seminary. But it was something nobody talked about. And if you ask priests if they are honest and truthful and open, they will tell you there's always either an older priest or an older seminarian or somebody who is abusive to the younger people. We have it, it happens all over this country. And then, of course, there's just the larger case of just, abuse that happens in families where it's an uncle, it's, a cousin, it's a house help.
Let's take a breather. We have a caller. Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. The first girl. Yes, go ahead quickly.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. Go ahead with your question. Go ahead with your question. Chimamanda is waiting to hear from you.
Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead, darling. Oh.
Maybe she can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, are you still online? They're not listening. They're actually conversing. Okay, so there we go. Some children trying to get across to us here.